What is up, folks? Welcome to the Maintenance Man channel. Doing this on the fly there. 6 people, only 1 thumbs up. If we could get 6, that would be awesome. Hopefully the connection is good. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly here, so pretty pumped to be able to do this. Got some new things. Let me know if you could hear me well, nice and clear. Good deal. I bought a new camera and microphone down here. Swept my balls off. What's up, Turnings by Turner, Chemical Spore? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it on Monday night. I think I might make this my my live stream nights because Mondays suck, and sometimes they do, but people do stuff on the weekends, and spend time with family and stuff. So here we are, not in a shop or in my basement, which is kind of neat. Nice and clear. I bought these new, they're called Kyo Pro, and it's a condenser mic and a things. James Mall, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. I believe you're in North Carolina, so you're a few states above me. I'm down in Florida with Chemical Spore there. Wish I had the time to meet him up, but I just don't. But one of these times we'll be able to. It'll be awesome. Let me do a little adjustment here. There we go. Didn't do much, huh? North Carolina. I had a buddy that lived there for a while. I actually went to his wedding there. Things close up kind of early there a little bit. And where'd he go? Wherever Duke is. Drawing a blank here. Brandon, what's going on? Pat, how's it going? I am not at Disney with the kids. I have explained to them that Disney is it cannot be fun. When I went, the lines are Durham. That's it. 100% there, Pat. Durham. It was a fun time, though. A blast. In fact, my wife was pregnant with kid number 2, I believe. And so my dad actually went down there with me. And, we split driving duties. And right before we hit Durham, we went to the gas station. I wanted a case of beer for my hotel room. So I grabbed a case of beer. And when I went up and checked in, because he got his own room, I got mine. Because my wife was supposed to go with me, but she didn't make the trip. And I was drinking beers, and Chucky was on. And I probably watched 1 and 2 before the wedding. And then I went to the wedding and got trashed. And actually, on the way to the wedding, some guy rear-ended my dad. And so but we were at the location. So he's like, yeah, just hop out, and he went to some bar or restaurant, grabbed some drinks or whatever, and went back to the hotel. And I walked back. Everything was closed. And actually, I had no chewing tobacco. So there's Ubers driving us. And I gave the lady $100 to take me to some shady gas station far away. And I got dipped. I went back, and then I watched 3 Leprechaun movies. I think the first one has Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it, but 4 thumbs up. Those are rookie numbers. Damn straight. Now look at that, 6. I appreciate it, guys. I do. I appreciate you guys helping out the channel. James sent me some doage on that video for the 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. And like I've said, I don't want you guys to donate unless if you want to. I want to make that clear. I was one of the slackers. I don't remember much of the Leprechaun movies. The first one I kind of do. But Chucky, man, those were good movies. Not scary, but just funny. Funny, good stuff. I'm going to be going. There's a Rural King down here. I've never been to one. I'm going to hit it up tomorrow. My last day, and then I'm heading back. So, yeah. There's that. Go back to good old Pittsburgh. Is the sound coming through good? I don't know if this condenser mic's any good. The camera's pretty good. It's supposed to have like a ring light. I guess I don't really need it, but you know. We flew down. I'm glad it sounds good. 9 thumbs up, 9 people in here. I appreciate that. Never sounded better. Nice. I might have to switch. I went to Target and actually ran and got a camera in this. So I figured I'd do I'm alive and still here. There's Audubon Dan, my brother. Good people there, man. I wish I had the filming talent of him, Chemical Spore, and Turnings by Turner. They have very good anglage. I have to figure that stuff out. Sue R., what's going on? Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Hope all is well. That's awesome that you came in. I appreciate that. ABD Tools in the house. Dude, your camera work is not trash. It's fucking beautiful, man. It's beautiful. You and ABD, like, I can't get those angles, man. Getting some rain up in PA finally. Yes, I've noticed that Pittsburgh, when I left, finally was getting rain. My grass, I cut it right before I left, and like walking on it was I felt bad for it. I've never cared about grass before, but it was just so burnt out. And I'm leaving it long. Just we had those 2 weeks of just dry. But I'm glad we're getting rain. We definitely need it. Getting some I appreciate you guys joining me too. This is awesome. Especially Audubon Dan. I thought maybe he would be doing some what do they call that? Netflix and chill stuff. The chair is not that comfortable. It has this like pillow behind it. I'm gonna remove that. Throw it over here. There we go. Yeah, what are we drinking tonight? Anyone drinking? I went to I picked up food from Publix tonight. It's pretty good. Ate out at a few places down here. I had blue ice cream last night. It's like Cookie Monster type. So it was like cookie dough and Oreos. And when it comes out, it is blue. Just say I had half a Gatorade trying to be sober. Everything seems longer. Day off drinking Russian River Brew. I've never had one of those. I did notice a billboard down here that was for Budweiser, says we support veterans. I was like, that's, you might be a little late on that. Um, but in terms of beer, I'm a domestic drinker of beer, Miller Lite. Twisted tea, I'm not a big fan of it. I never liked it either. Jack and Coke, James Mall. That's what I like to hear, brother. I actually, so like, I would drink with these guys sometimes, tailgate for Steeler games, and like we'll get the drinks for the tailgate. Cool. It'd be like apple cider, what's that called? Red apple or whatever, or twisted tea. And at the time back then, it was like, those are lady drinks. It's like, well, it's 8:30 in the morning. We don't really want to be pounding beer. And I'm like, because when you tailgate for a Steeler game, you get, if it's a 1 o'clock game, you get down there at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. You pick up some breakfast on the way down, and you start drinking. Black Label on the rocks. West Coast has been quiet. I hear there's smoke in the east, down to over past in PA. I missed it, I think, because I'm not up in PA. I'm down in the beautiful state of Florida. Yingling's a great beer. The only thing I'll say about Yingling, yeah, I never liked Bud Light. I had a friend recently passed away that was a huge Bud Light fan, and he probably would have stopped drinking it. Yeah, it's a bit like the second coming here. I'm a huge fan of Yingling. The only thing I'll say about Yingling is with the green bottles, or whatever, just Yingling in general, the way they brew it, it's like it's hit or miss on cases. It can be the most fantastic beer in the world, or it could be just like a bad case. Yingling was my dad's choice of beer. It's a good choice. I'm a big Yingling guy. I do like Straub, St. Mary's, PA. Now we've got Penn Brewery back. The smoke was horrendous last week. Pretty clear here in New Jersey. Where in New Jersey do you live, Pat? I actually, for like the first 18, 20 years of my life, would vacation in like Stone Harbor, Avalon. I like Yingling at room temperature. That's the worst thing about Europe, is just drinking warm beer. Can't do it. But then again, I used to hide like a case of Bohemian National down the woods for like 3 weeks when I was 16, like 14, 15, 16. It was $6 a case back then. And then you leave it out in like 90-degree weather for a week. And yeah, it doesn't taste too good after that. But we were able to get drunk. So nothing wrong with that. Outside New York City. So you're like the New Jersey Nets, Devils, or Islanders, or right there. We're used to the gold shadows of the smoky sun here. Yeah, California is all about those forest fires. I guess you guys don't do enough Smokey the Bear training there. So from what I hear is, and I haven't seen this on news, so I can't say for sure, but a few people that I know up in Canada have said it was from climate activists. It's very strange, though. that even happen. Like, how do you set a fire in Canada? In the summer, isn't it still like 2 degrees out? If you talk to junk from work, it is. I did bring some show and tell tools down. Only you can prevent forest fires. We had what was it? Fred the crime dog, Fred McGriff or whatever. Or no, who's it? I remember the cops would come in to my school and do that whole drug, don't take these pills and stuff. I'm down in Florida, Brandon. Scruff McGruff, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, and the cop would come in with the little. Yeah, I'm sure they're caused. I haven't. I I can't say for sure. I'm not gonna speculate on stuff, but yeah, Scruff McGruff, the crime dog. That was it. Oh man, I miss those days. They would come in and they would have this like case, and it would be like filled with like street drugs and like don't take these. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, looks like Skittles. Why wouldn't I take it? I'm not close to Orlando. I am on the Gulf side of things. Um, Near like Fort Myers. Well, like a half an hour away from Fort Myers. But there is a Rural King here across the street, so I'm gonna hop in there probably tomorrow because it's my last day. So, or the next time I'm down, I don't know. Taking Dare back and fit, yeah. And then they used to like you want to get your finger printed. Look, this is how we do it. Now you're on our record book. I was like, cool. Came into grade school to talk about drugs and kept saying LSP instead of LSD. We had Dare Lion Darren. Wow. I haven't heard that one. That's different. That's cool. We had Scruff McGruff, and the cop would come in and he had a puppet of it. And I mean, Dare was cool. I was all about it. Yeah, fingerprinted as well. Like when you're in kindergarten, they come in with that stuff for first grade, and you're like, yeah, let me see. I want to see. And then, like, you turn 18, you're like, I'm in their database now. You might know the place I'm talking about. It used to be Winter Park, but last I heard it was moved on into Orlando. Vegas going up 3-1 on the Panthers there. Not cool. I wanted to see the Panthers do something. I like Keith Kachuk's kid, even though he's a little bit whiny, but Mom lived in Sarasota. I know Sarasota well. It's a nice area. I think that it's right above Fort Myers there. I'm pretty sure Sarasota Airport. They have a little airport there. Um, I don't know why I said I know it well. I don't. I think I've flown in there before. Skycraft. Lived in Mount Dora. So actually I've driven down here from PA before. Um, when my wife and I were dating, we went to Wani Music Festival up in Wani, Florida, or near Jacksonville. So like driving down, West Virginia is pretty long, and then Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina flies, and then I think we stopped in Georgia near the border. Might have been near Atlanta. And then we went to the festival next day. And then we drove down here, which was like Florida, 9.5 hours. It was like half the trip. So I think from Pittsburgh to where I'm at would be like about almost, I think like a 23-hour drive. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, Sarasota is above Fort Myers, I think. I think that's where the Pirates have their spring training. Or no, Bradenton. Maybe it's above Bradenton or around there. Less than 40 minutes from me, but about 10 minutes north from downtown Orlando. He's a personal mechanic for a rich guy. That's a heck of a job to have. I think I'm moving on from my job. I'm at the end of my rope here, so gotta figure out my next move there. I appreciate you guys hopping on. So, what's everyone doing this week? What's on the forecast for everyone? Work and getting the Camaro smacked back together. Heck yeah. My only day off today. Working like a pro. There you go. I like that. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I got a few good options. One, getting a shop getting for 4-wheeler to go on a trail ride. Heck yeah. Nice. Either start my own like maintenance business or hop on with a plumbing company with my buddy. If I start my own business, and that's what I'd prefer to do. The good thing is I still have connections in the apartment maintenance world. So when working, maybe cleaning up the basement, minimum my workbench. Oh man, the clutter of my workbench, and it's like it happened at my old house and this house. It's like my wife just puts projects on there, and then I got to get them done and cleared off. But I still have some connections from the apartment maintenance realm. So like if I were slow or something, then they pay pretty well, and they like me. So they'll always find work for me and stuff. So I show my plumber's crack all the time, man. If you look at my older videos, I have the plumber's crack down pat, but not Pat CB. I remember one time when I was younger, I was down in the woods and I had the Cobra walkie-talkies, and me and my buddies, we were out. All my projects, unfortunately, you gotta get them done. And we were just talking and stuff. And all of a sudden, I hear this guy come in. It's like, who the hell is this? And I didn't say anything. I just like or what plane or whatever. It's some little plane up in the sky, and I was interfering with his thing. So he's like yelling at me to get off the thing. So I did, but Working at a supply house, I see a lot of close-knit crews. Yes. Like I was trying, like, I guess I did a poor job of this and still working on my side jobs. Hopefully make it full time next year. Heck yeah, brother. That's a good goal to have. Just keep doing it, man. I know you know how to. Because the work is out there, and I talk to a lot of people. Sometimes I'll pick up jobs in Home Depot because I'll be on the phone and like with my company, it's like, you gotta get this done, this done. I remember a few times people would be like, you better go do those jobs. Don't just say you're gonna show up for them. I go, I always show up, even though it was for work. And they're like, well, I need this done and this done. And like I actually picked up a few jobs that way. Um, that's what I was saying. But I mean, I saw the plane above me. It was a little thing. Um, but I don't know how the frequencies were going like that, but I was talking to the guy. But I had the video "Don't Burn Bridges," and what I was trying to say is, like, I have a lot of friends in a lot of different realms of maintenance, remodeling, all sorts of things, garage doors, plumbing, electricians. And we all have, like if one of us needed help in some area, we just go do it. And like you just kind of, you know, um, just trade off work and help each other out and grow business. And if one person goes to a job and is like, this isn't my wheelhouse, you send it on to your buddy that it's right up his wheelhouse. So that's what I was trying to get at, is always, when you work in maintenance, we do a lot of the work, especially when I worked apartment maintenance. But you do get outside contractors every once in a while, and you make friends with them and talk to them. And yes, exactly, lean on one another. And that's kind of like what I want this channel to be, and has been. Like all these people in the chat here, like I talk to you guys and ask questions, and I I post videos and learn more from the comment section than I think my video teaches people, but that's all right. Like, I'm working on that, working on doing better on my videos and stuff. And right now, to be honest with you, I filmed some I filmed some stuff before vacation and put it out there. And I have a few videos that they're just not that good, but I'm going to put them out to get them out of my queue. But then once I get back to Pittsburgh, I'm going to be putting out 4 or 5 videos a week, trying to. And that includes like a live. I think I'm going to do my tool test Tuesdays, but it'll be like a pre-recorded video. I'll try and cut those down, edit them pretty good. I'm just trying to make the channel better. And I think if I start my own business, I could record a lot more stuff, because what I'm doing right now, there's nothing interesting to record. The most interesting thing I've done in the last year was, and I've never done this before, but replaced a stringer set of steps on a deck, and then a handrail on the inside of a house. I added going down to a basement, but it's pretty interesting because like there's an electrical box, and I cut that down and moved the trim up and everything to get the railing down, and it was like the best mudding job I've ever done on a wall. Like you can't see it. It's the first time I did that, like really good. I'm not. I can hang drywall. I get the mudding and stuff, but I tend to lay it on thicker than I always want to. But I'm getting a lot better at like putting it on, walking away, come back. Yes, wearing the same shirt in all of them. Someone is a big fan of the Fred's Tavern. Yeah, I mean, I do when I record videos. Oh yeah, I did have this on in my last live. Um, Miss Carol, how's it going? Jamie, hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, you'll see a lot of my videos. Like I'll record like 3, 4 in a night. But the angles aren't on me. This is washed, and I did get a rip in it. I forget from what, but I went on an airboat today, which was fun. I love those things. They're a blast. I'll be right back. Let me grab a beverage and use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Let's go. Neil is poo. No, I did that earlier. I haven't posted anything on Instagram in a while. My new owners are watching. Yeah, that's another thing you gotta be careful about. I mean, um, IG is my jam. Heck yeah. I like the stories. You post good stories. Jamie and Audubon Dan. Um, I do have a question. So for people, just in general, and I don't really care about this guy, but he came in on one of my older videos. And I was talking about like um, doing electrical work and stuff, and he's one of those lock out, tag out guys, right? And I get that. A lot of people don't know 110, 120 is the deadliest current there is. Just it kills the most people. But when you work apartment maintenance and building maintenance, people are doing reports on their laptops. They have servers that can't be shut. Like you can't just shut off every breaker and do your work. And second of all, you can't. Sometimes, like I've had an apartment with no electrical problems, and then all of a sudden they're having them, and you go in and nobody's touched anything, and since I've been there, and you'll have a reverse neutral on an outlet. And the only thing you can do is just keep going down the line. Well, even 480, 110 kills the most. But yes, 480, even 220 sucks. I've been bit by that. It's not hour and a half in yet. I had a few beers before I hopped on here. Just a few. And he keeps going at me about this lockout tag out. And I'm like, you can't always do that. You just can't. You just have to be careful in what you do. So, James, really, I want to know your opinion and others who, deal in this stuff. But, exactly, unless if you're working on like bigger stuff, yeah, I could see turning it off. But even breakers in a box and stuff, sometimes you don't turn the box off. Yes, you have to respect it. Well, the thing, he's like, well, you can isolate the outlets. Well, sure. But the problem is in apartments and stuff, it's usually one breaker is all of the outlets. And then you'll have the ACs on another circuit and then the lights on another circuit. So, you have to, like, if there's no one in the apartment, absolutely, I'll shut the circuit off. But if there's people in there, you'll ask them, can I shut the circuit off? But sometimes when it's no, you just got to do it. No one likes getting zapped. But I'll tell you what makes you feel alive. Yes, most of the stuff you do is hot, and it's probably because you're either troubleshooting something. I don't know how these guys, they must be commercial electricians or just new construction electricians. Half the renties ain't paying. Well, you guys have rolling blackouts, so like, isn't it shut off most of the time anyways? Got zapped by a go-kart spark plug when I was a kid. That was fun. Who needs a stove when you got a welder? Jamie would never be able to weld in that apartment. She would just unplug. Yeah, she would just unplug the stove. There's a lot of companies because usually we did have gas ranges and some, but we also had 220. You can totally plug your welder right into that, and that's exactly what she's saying. I'd hot bus from the main if I was desperate. I do remember when I was a kid, I was plugging something in and my finger was in between the things, and you know, um, I mean, I've been down here almost a week, 6 days, I guess, 5 days. First time drinking, so I had a few beers before I came on. I'm trying to get my subscriber count up, so companies will send me some tools to review every once in a while. I actually do have two in the I think I have two sending me stuff. One's one of those electric hand chainsaws again, and one is actually pretty cool. It's a two it's either 2 or 600 watt solar power like generator, which I actually thought was pretty cool. No, so I was actually one of the only idiots. Chemo Tools was like all over Amazon years ago, and I think their impact driver is like $100. So I'm like, I'll hop on this before anyone does a review on it. I made a few videos, did pretty good for my channel, but then everyone was getting them for free. And you know, it's it's not a terrible tool, but I mean, you could go get Ryobi or something else for the same. Might be the AC kicking on. Let's see here. Fireplace, if I can, because of the shoot. The worst I ever got bit was screwing in a light bulb on Xmas. Blow mold toy soldier. Bulb exploded. Ah, oh, that is scary. Yeah, I've done the in my buildings now. A lot of it's 220, 240, whatever. But those ballasts, they are there's voltage being held in there, to fire it up the next time. But even like our exit signs and stuff, we have 220 for our commercial. And I'll be honest with you, well, 220, 240, 110, 120. Yes, exactly. It all fluctuates, and we've had voltages spike up to, like you said, especially with ballast, because I think ballast retain. It's escaping me now, but it retains some of that voltage to pop it on the next time. Exit out of that window. But yeah, like, I mean, in our buildings, like, we were, I guess because of COVID and stuff, the fire inspector didn't come along, and then he came along, and the couple of buildings, we had to add a bunch of exit signs and lights and emergency lights and stuff. And like, you go up the ceilings, and there was this one bundle of wires that was just sitting there, live, 220, sitting by metal, scary stuff. And this is by a contractor. So that's why I hate when guys are like, hire a professional electrician or this or that. It's like, no, you guys don't always do the best work. Sometimes you fudge up. And us maintenance guys actually catch that. So that, you could just push that open. It's a door. Let me actually see if I can. Is that better? That's better. Gets more of a viewage of me. Yes. And a lot of businesses take those low bid contracts. And my God, the amount of shit work we have to follow and fix is That's why I hate my job. Is it's just they cut corners and then we go in after and fix it. And it's like, you paid them. Give them the list of stuff they have to. No, because their thought is then they'll have to pay them more. It's like, no, you should read your contract, figure out what they actually owed you on this thing, and then go from there. New construction and a lot of these contractors and, guys that are bid you a job, start it, and then in the middle of the job, halfway through, go start another one and tell you they'll be back in a few weeks to finish yours. No, unless if they're honest, upfront and honest about that, I cut them loose. She wasn't happy because you did it hot. I mean, in big buildings, it's just sometimes easier to just do it that way. You just be careful. And there's so many, all of our buildings are commercial buildings, 6, 7, 8 floors, and you have a multiple panels on every floor for multiple things, and none of them are marked correctly. So what am I going to do? Go in and just start flipping off breakers and stuff? No, you just have to figure it out. I mean, and trust me, what the guy is saying is correct. That's ideally how you would want to do it. But, what we want and what we get aren't always the ideal situation. I don't know how to. I think I can. I thought they made this easy where you could add people to join your stream, but I guess that went away. I was going to ask if anyone wanted to join, but I don't see that button anymore. I have composite toe shoes and thick rubber soles. Well, that'll get you by. Probably save me a couple times. Yeah, absolutely. You got something to ground into. Like when you go in, like a lot of problems sometimes, like you go into a breaker box, take the panel off. Nick, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Let me throw out a blue wrench. But you go into a panel, and like when you might have usually a breaker. It's not bad. It's just the wire's a little loose or something. So I have literally a fully insulated needle nose pliers. You can slip the wire in and then crank down with an insulated screwdriver. A lot of people work in panels live. It's good, bro. It's been a while since I've joined. I appreciate you joining. I do. It has been a while. It's been a while since I've been on here constantly. So, something I'm trying to start back up again. WIAs are nice. Expensive, pricey, but nice. But that's why I have a set of fuck you's. They get the job done too. Work provides it. My work will buy me tools too. I just when you work maintenance, I've always been under the I don't buy tools. I don't have work buy tools because if I want to roll somewhere else, I could take all my shit with me. Pat, I'll be honest with you, man. I bought tools exactly to do that because I'm not comfortable with it either. But I've run across enough times where, you know, the wire has just slipped loose and I don't like doing it, but you pull the cover off, you put the fully insulated needle nose on the wire, slip it in back into place, and then tighten down that screw. 90% of the time that's the issue. Other times you replace the breaker, you could just, with the insulated stuff, take it out, pop a new one in, good to go. Now that's something where I'd turn the box off, but we had the stab lock breaker boxes in 2 of our buildings, which are like the worst breakers ever, if you guys know what those are, stab locks. No, I totally get it. Like if one of my tools breaks while working for a company, I will totally grab it and replace it on their dollar, which happened to me at my current job. One of my pressure washers I was using broke down. They replaced it. So now I'm not in maintenance anymore. I work at Ace Hardware. I got to teach the public our secrets to saving money. There you go. Good deal. I see some people don't like the guys at Ace. I do. I obviously tell them I'm good to go, but like people like my dad who don't know anything, they're like the best thing ever most of the time. They just for him, he feels comfortable, and usually they are. I mean, down here, they're guys that are retired out of different trades, and they do know what they're talking about. So I make them not scared to attempt things. There you go. That's my channel. That's what I like to try and do. Ace sells made in America Craftsman screwdrivers. Craftsman, I miss. See, I'll go on this tangent again. Stab locks are the worst. But good for you, by the way, Nick. That's awesome. Growing up as a kid, you buy Craftsman, because it was like, I remember when I was young, my dad ran over a sewer lateral clean out twice in our backyard and just messed up our mower. Went to Sears, got a new one. Have a hose, cut off the ends, go in, get a new one. What's up, George? You popping on this bad boy? I just want everyone to know, Junk from Work, easily one of the sexiest guys on the tubes. Jeremy, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us. Let me throw you a blue wrench here. I'll do this, and then there'll be someone that ruins it for a while. Oh my 007, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. When I get back from vacation, I just want to let you know the Flex is coming, and we will be testing it out. This summer, I will be working. And working on YouTube also, working on my channel. No, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. I do. And if you guys could hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. I'm not the greatest YouTuber. I'm down in Florida on vacation right now. I head back Wednesday. So but I'm working on it. I'm working on getting my stuff better. Well, that's what Alima I was saving up for the there is so with the Flex, I'm going to get the impact driver, which is the multi-speed one. And I'm going to test it against stuff because going to Florida next month. Nice. Where are you going in Florida? It's great down here. Nice weather. Pat, I appreciate the honesty. I do. So Flex, Orlando, nice. I have a couple buddies down there. So Flex Tools, I can say this. So fine, Miss Midwestern folks. That's our humor, in the Eastern realm of things. If we like each other, we just talk crap on each other. But no, it's true. I'm not the best YouTuber. I'm trying, but not far from Alabama. I'm trying to do better, and a big thing about my channel is like there's all these big channels like Tool Torque Test Reviews and Las Vegas. Nice, man. How do you like it out there? All in like Project Farm, and I heard some companies like, well, we're sending it to them because they don't ask for tools. Like, I will review tools from companies that if I deem the tool to be any sort of use. I turned down a lot of tools, and to be honest with you, I have a lot of people too, but like I try to boycott companies abroad. But I do have 2 tools coming, supposedly, that I'm going to review. But I'll give my honest review on them, but I think they would be useful tools in certain situations. And then I buy most of my tools to review, but people think they think I get them for free, but I don't. Because I'd rather have, but like Brad's Workbench, one of my buddies, good friend, he gets tools to review and he gives honest reviews on them. If they're crap, they're crap. If they're not, they're not, So that's what my channel is really about, is just reviewing things that like because when you work maintenance, I don't want to spend top dollar on tools. I want to spend on quality tools that will last a good while and have a good, uh, warranty and uh, process and all that. But I mean, I love tools. I love odd, wacky tools, and that's where I'm at. So we are trying to move forward because if we're staying still, you're falling behind. Exactly. Um, in the past, I've changed live receptacles because of elderly not being able to shut off the breaker. Like, yeah, thank you for that. A good volt is like a Monster energy drink. It wakes you up. Yeah, I remember this one time. The first time I started working on electricity, my father-in-law was helping me a little bit in my first house, and I remember we added a few wires in this box, and this one was live. And it was a little bit short, and I had to get a nut on it, and I had a few beers in me, and I'm up there, and like it was, once the nut was on, it was all good, the wire nut. But I must have shocked myself 10 times trying to get that thing on. And then when I was doing all my outlets, I was turning off the breakers that were labeled for each room. But guess what? Doesn't mean that necessarily means it's that room, because I'd go along, change 3 outlets, get to the next one that was still in the same room, and I'd have the breaker turned off. I pull it out, touched it on both sides. Oh, that sucks. So yeah, I've toyed the idea of doing HVAC work when I retire. If you like money and aren't afraid of heights and not bothered by extreme temperatures. Yeah, attic work would suck. I am on that fence also. Like I said, I'm either going to go out on my own or work for a plumbing company. If I work for the plumbing company, I can hop into training for be like a master plumber and or turn into an HVAC tech, which I'd be fine with. It was work orders and they were on oxygen machines. Yeah. Then you definitely can't mess around with that. You just got to do it. I have zero experience in pipe welding, so um, I'm gonna stick to the trades I know. Um, but yes, HVAC, man, people make a crazy living off of that. I did buy a tool down here. I'll just show you because I like my little show and tells. It's an Ace Pro Series, little crescent wrench. I actually like it. Kind of like brings you back to the Craftsman Pro Series days. It's a nice little crescent wrench, nothing wrong with it. Traveling would be, yeah, it'd be rough. I know that you travel a ridiculous amount. At least you have nifty vehicles to do it in. The best money is in inventing new tools. I need to do better then. Years ago, I thought of a tool to like level and hang pictures, and I was like, "Oh, I'm on to something." Well, there's only like 100,000 options for that, so international trips would be, yeah, that would suck. If you can only see what you're sending, you might want to like exit and then hop back in or refresh the page, but can't walk 10 foot in an ace without anyone bothering you. I walked through this whole ace, which was like a super ace mega store. This thing was as big as a Home Depot. Didn't have one person ask me a question. But I do have like a fuck off face, you know, like just leave me alone. But you're right. Usually you walk in and the 20 guys you bump in, but you know, they're nice about it. They are because they want to help. They do. I yes, don't need those guys helping me, but I appreciate them. I live in a town full of MILFs. They pay no attention to me. God, MILFs are awesome though, right? Ace is the place for the something, put your hardwood somewhere in MILFs, I think, right? Wonder what Busy Beaver's slogan is. I made a a video of Busy Beaver and I kind of vaginaed out on it, but was like, you know, right at the beginning of the video, I'm like, you know, Busy Beaver was a little busy today. Missed a joke there, but you know. I've never ever gotten customer service in Lowe's. I beg people. That's a big reason why I haven't bought Flex tools. Just to get some guy to open up the tool things. Stop at STRE? I don't know what that is. Zaphael, what's going on, brother? Hey, didn't miss it at all. Store. Oh. Yeah, I mean, food's kind of essential every once in a while. I'm fat enough where I could probably go good month without food. Even after losing all that weight. I don't hassle anyone. I like the people that help themselves. And I believe that, man. I do. I eat once a day also. I'm not I can't eat breakfast. I'm just not like a morning breakfast person. Usually my big meal is lunch. I try and do it for lunch and then have like a light dinner, like a salad or something. Little salad. Uh, but you know, depending on what I do during the day, because my job is very physical, you know, I some nights I feel like I am going to collapse because I haven't eaten. I've never been to Lowe's where anyone was helpful. I want a Menards here so bad. I'm a big Home Depot guy just because it's Lowe's around me stink. Um, I try not to eat anything after 3 p.m. That's a good rule to have. Yeah, I'm all for it. Like I've been trying to lose weight. I dropped 50 pounds and I leveled out at that, you know. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was 277 and I dropped down. I'm 237. I guess well wait, that's no 40 pounds, right? But then I dipped down to 232. Um and I've been like leveling out 230 But now I took a little, not a little break, but I've leveled off and I've been maintaining, and I'm going to do a second push here. So, all right, here we go. We got a lot of stuff here to cover. I would love to have a Menards by me. I'm a Home Depot guy. You can get help. Yep, you can. Like Menards, actually, Lowe's and HD are pretty good by me. Good. A lot of retired guys work at our Lowe's. They'll give you advice. But my problem with my local Lowe's is the plumbing section sucks. If you guys don't know, there's a glue for putting ABS and PVC together. You're going to need it if you buy stuff from Lowe's, because you can't buy the parts from one section. So just going to say, I like Northern Tools. Catch some deals there. Hell yes. HD is definitely more pro-centered here. Same here. That's where most contractors go and stuff. Home Depot, all you have to do is climb a ladder. You'll have 10 employees on you. That's true. I push those ladders around and grab cabinets and stuff, and they start yelling, but it's like, whatever. I got it. I'm good. Hasn't made any videos lately like me. Oh, Zaphael, I didn't know you made videos lately. I'll check them out. I do love Tractor Supply. That's my new favorite. One of my new favorites. I do like Harbor Freight too, honestly. I'll get into that in a second. Let me catch up with the chat here. Have you ever had to pull stackable wash dryers by yourself without a normal appliance dolly? I have. Not stack. Very true, Dan. Not like that. 15% off bucket. In the name of Ron Swanson, I know more than you. I love Ron Swanson, man. What are your thoughts on Vito Pro Pack? The bags are good. No, I love them. Vito, you buy it. If I have 2 bags now, I'm going to get a third soon. They're pricey. Let me put it this way. So I really like Husky bags and some of the Cobalt. But here's the thing is Husky has outpriced themselves, in my opinion, as a good bag. So like spend a little more money on the Vito, you'll have a great bag forever if you take care of it. Oil the zippers, and that's pretty much all you gotta do. But I mean, their bags are awesome. The only thing I'll say about Vito Pro Pack bags is when you drive around, if you don't have them in a spot where they can't roll around, they will fly around. So they're definitely worth it. Plumbing is hard for me. When I was young, I ran hot water to my grandparents' toilet. That's actually that's pretty common. In plumbing, I've been in a lot of situations where hot water instead of cold water is run to toilets for different reasons. Usually the path of least resistance, but I'm more of a plumber than I am an electrician. No, I don't make videos really. Zaphael, you do. You said you do. YouTube, too much work now. Maybe I'll get some shorts up on my IG. Autobahn Dan. So Autobahn Dan has literally been with my channel since I might have had like 10 subscribers when he joined my channel. He has, I think, well over 100,000 followers on IG. So like I'm not lying, because I don't tell people I do YouTube. I don't tell people I don't share this information out. I probably should, but I don't. Um, but I'll have people talk about like Instagram, and I'll be like, "Look at my buddy Audubon Dan," and I show him like I'm just so fucking proud of him, you know. So like, he's the man. I literally show off his channel. I'm like, look at this guy. He's freaking awesome. He's killing it. I have all these fucking OnlyFan girls trying to. I mean, they don't message me or anything. They just or follow you on IG, and then I just never follow them back. It's weird. Thank you for the $2, Olima. I appreciate that, brother. Um, Jamie, have a good night. See you later. Thank you for joining us. I watch for vids, IG content. I watch for yours also. Sell Vito now that my store carries them. Yeah, Vito is awesome. I've had a Husky bag with the bar for 6 years, done maintenance. Huskies are great, but like I said, right now you go to buy one of those Husky ones, like $80. The rolling bags are like 100 and some. They've outpriced themselves for the most part. Antonio, welcome to the live stream, brother. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Have a good night, Jamie. Only took 4 years. Yeah, dude, but I enjoy seeing you doing it, because there's other bigger YouTube channels that don't have that, and it's awesome. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Audubon Dan on Instagram, I suggest you do it. ABD Tools, I believe. And he's a tool. He is a official tool lover. I mean, this dude is all in, and he'll give you the deals and steals and um, good tools, man. He knows his stuff, and just camera angles are just so sexy and perfect. I wish, man, I'd start OnlyFans if I get money off of it, but no one wants to see me. Crazy, I got it for 25. Yeah, $25. Yeah, they used to be inexpensive, but now they've kind of like priced themselves to a point where it's like, I mean, they're solid. Don't get me wrong. They're solid bags. I love Husky bags, but they've gotten to the point where you stare at the price and you're like, maybe. They do go on deals though. Got a lot of highs there. Only interested in bottle cap openers. He loves those beer openers, man. Still Audubon Dan here, at least. Actually, I think I asked him the other day if he posted anything on YouTube recently, because I checked it probably like a month ago, and I didn't see any new content. The Shed saga was awesome. That was awesome drama. And then he got into, got his gear wrench stuff, got beautiful shed, and it's not even a shed, it's like a building. It's beautiful. Let me go take a leak, a squirt, and I'll be right back. Drinking Samuel Adams Summer Adventure Lager. Heck yeah, brother. I'll be right back. Here we go. Antonio's another OG that I definitely came up with in the YouTube ranks there. Zaphiel's been around for a long time. Joined years ago. I was still doing maintenance. Heck yes. Bottle opener case almost finished. I need to put up lighting in it. 300 bottle openers last I counted. Wow. Just subscribe to Autobahn Dan on the YouTube. He has plenty of videos. He does great work on them, and you'll bottle opener collection has definitely grown a lot since then, but he's got a lot of stuff that's just killing it. I'm gonna try this Arctic Pale. Never had an Arctic. It's Iceland. Einstock Olgud, Iceland. It's a pale ale, you know. Yeah, Facebook, I can't do that either. I try to set it up as mine, and then it connects to my personal one, and then stuff connects, and people I don't want seeing it see it, and then I panic, and I just canceled it out. So that's where I ended up there. Yeah, a little self-conscious about the whole YouTube thing, to be honest with you. And don't get me wrong, I love hanging out with people and doing it. I don't like people close to me knowing that I do it. One instance, my buddy I work with, we were up at Lowe's, and the Bosch representative was there, and like he was selling me on stuff, right? But I really went up there because I wanted to buy into the 12-volt lineup a little bit, just to get my hands on some Bosch, see how I like it. And this guy was doing stuff, and the guy I worked with just like at some point turned and was like, he does YouTube. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, cool. It's like, he does tool reviews. I'm like, yeah, like one of these guys, like, yeah, we have a lot of people that review our tool on YouTube. I'm like, see? It's uncomfortable for me. But yes, ABD, Audubon Dan, subscribe to him. Samuel Adams Summer Adventure Lager. I have to try some of that out. That sounds really good. I like the Langer Kugel or whatever, Summer Shandy stuff, but I don't know. No, I don't want free tools, and I think that's what the guy that works with me thought, which I appreciate, but I'm a very small channel, and I don't expect anything. Like I just got to keep working, and I do like I'll review if like I said, if companies have inexpensive tools that I think are pretty handy to have, I'll definitely review them. But as far as the mainstream tools go, I'd rather review them on my own. And I do love Ryobi tools. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that you appreciate that. Um, and it is true. I I try to fly under the radar while doing this YouTube thing, which is weird. Um, and I will stay humbled for sure. I do the same thing now, Dan, on TikTok. By the time I get to YouTube, it's too late. They make programs that'll post multiple social media platforms at once. I don't know if you could trust those programs. Like, I like to have a personal touch on anything that goes out, I guess. And I'm not sure about this, but I feel like if you have a video and you put it on YouTube and then you do like a shorter cut on Instagram and then a shorter cut on TikTok or whatever, then I don't know. I feel like that's weird doing the same video. So like I have some shorts from YouTube I did, and I've saved them, and I'm gonna put them up on TikTok. I can't get on TikTok too much though. It's just a weird platform for me. I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? You get ghosted unless you use the music that's hot on each platform. The one thing I hate about YouTube is you can't use a lot of music. China. What were we talking about? China? I mean, the whole, I never wanted to DL TikTok. I don't blame you. I don't watch it TikTok. My attention span like longer videos. Because of China. I gotcha. Um, so one thing I do like about TikTok is you can post music with your stuff. Instagram, I guess you can too. YouTube, you can't. And then TikTok's like making longer. You can make like 10-minute videos on TikTok, and it seems like. And then YouTube Shorts, you could put music in, but I want to add it, but it's like this will be red flagged, and it's like I don't know. So yeah, they're listening. I mean, the thing is, they're always listening, which sucks. But I mean, you you know, I think YouTube's like one of the best outlets. I think I like Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I like it because freedom of speech. YouTube, there's stuff in the guidelines right now that you can't even say, or they'll demonetize you. Yes, Antonio. There's this company, and they are crushing me on copyright music that was approved by YouTube to be in videos. And I could battle it or just cut it out of the videos, which I've been doing. I think it's like Hexa something or something, but they are crushing me um, lately. And I'm not even a big channel. Like, get off my back. Let me see. Yeah, YouTube likes to get people on the copyright music. Heck yeah. ACM haven't used many of them, but a ton exist. Yeah, I can't. I just don't trust that putting it on platforms. Just do it yourself. It's a lot of work these days. You have to watch the trends on each platform. That's for sure. Um, of YouTube is listening. This is for you. For you for always being anal about everything, no freedoms. Yep. Yeah, audio that was approved randomly won't be allowed. They change the copyright music options every day, 100%. And it stinks because you just want to, like, that's one thing I think would be awesome about YouTube because, like, your music that you listen to is part of your personality. It's a big part. Like, music, when I listen to it or go back, like, all right, I'll tell you guys this story real quick. When I was young, I'd make mixtapes. I'd stay up at night. I had a little boom box. You listen to the radio, you wait for one of your songs to come on, and you hit record to get that song recorded. Is Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge. Like 2 weeks I was trying it. You sit in your bed, next up, Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge. And you'd miss the beginning of it. You'd hit record still, but like you'd miss like the first 10 seconds. Be like, oh, it's no good. So you go back and you kept trying till you got perfect, and then you get it. That's that's the era I grew up in of just making my own mixtapes. I recorded I had all these Disney cassettes that went along the books, and you put scotch tape over the top holes, and then you could record whatever you want. And I make mixtapes that way. And yeah, like there's a lot of music that correlates with a lot of parts of my life, good or bad, but I'd like to share that music with people. I'm sure you can find a friend to make some original music, even if it's, yeah, I mean, I can make my own music, but I just pause, record, same here, bro. Yes, exactly. Think about putting music in videos is you won't get paid for your videos, but all your profit on 20-minute video will go to the song artist, even though it's 1 minute. Yeah, exactly. College radio at UNLV was like a pledge. I mean, the thing about my thought process is, why can't you have the artist make money and you also make money? But not only that, you're pretty much advertising them for free on your channel. So LimeWire, iMesh, all those. Napster. Dude, when I had intellectual property and copyright law is really bogus, no fair. Blame Metallica and Lars Ulrich, that little pesky prick. I never got viruses, but I remember I had a gold star. So our family PC was a gold star with Windows, and I'm a big MS-DOS guy. You want to play Wolfenstein, you type in Wolfenstein or whatever. You want to get to Windows, you type in Win. But I was banging at, I think we had 3.12 gigabytes at one point. CD rewrite or copier on there. My mom freaking out like the government's gonna come take you away if you, you know, CDs. It's fun times, man. Fun times. Kazabrish beer share. I don't know. I'd go to the local library and rip CDs. Yeah, all the time. Man, good old LimeWire days. Heck yeah. Dude, so I'll be honest with you. My brother would come home from college because I was a younger guy, and I actually bought an E-Machines computer, and that was like the first. I had 16 gigabytes, and I put in like a high graphics card. Some of the best games I played on that computer were StarCraft, Diablo, Unreal Tournament, Baldur's Gate, and what was the Civilization? I forget which one, but it was good. Love those games. But my brother would come home from college, and I'd go hop on my computer, and he had a bunch of corn downloading, and that was the first time I ever seen that shit. But like, there'd be stuff that would like download for like a week, 2 weeks. Back when dial-up took you ages to download a song. Yes, exactly, man. I bought Unreal Tournament last week for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Dude, Unreal Tournament that was one of the cooler games I played on PC, and then Half-Life. That was also awesome. That was a groundbreaking game for me. I loved Half-Life. Yeah, Unreal Tournament. I'll have to buy that. I have a PS5, so if they have a new version, StarCraft was one. Diablo is also still. Yeah, no, actually, Diablo I think just came out with a brand new game. I have a PS5. I just bought it not too long ago. Maybe like a year ago, last year. I like it. I like it a lot. Ah, dude, Oregon Trail, hell yeah. League of Legends. No, I haven't. Sorry to hear that, Antonio. Sorry to hear that, bro. Oregon Trail. Um, where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Number munchers on the floppy disks. How's your wife holding up? That's always tough. I'm the old 90s version, the bubbles. The first game system I ever had. So better not get a League of Legends YouTube advertisement now. Was Atari, and the game I played on there constantly was Pitfall. I loved it. I'm glad she's doing all right. I'm sure it's a tough thing, man, to process. Send our condolence to her. Um, just death sucks. It's one thing I feared for a long time, but it just happens to all of us, and gotta live life, you know. The last game that I got excited for, Red Dead 2. I never played Red Dead 2, but I played Red Dead. Um, the old Star Shooter. I went from Atari to Super Nintendo. And my parents only got Super Nintendo because my brother was so bad for babysitters that, and it did. Like, we had Super Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers. And then my brother came to me one day, and I had Donkey Kong and stuff, and he's like, I want to trade in the Nintendo on a PlayStation. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I was comfortable with the Super Nintendo controllers, best controller ever, I think, in my opinion. But PlayStation was awesome. I mean, it really was. It was good stuff. I haven't played Red Dead since the first two games came out. My favorite, I guess, might have been PlayStation 2, Medal of Honor, the World War II one. That, I really liked that game. That was good. N64, I bought after the fact for GoldenEye. Like, when you drink, it's a fun game to play. GoldenEye and Battle Tanks. Battle Tanks was always a good game to play. I was very good at defensive playing. So what else we got? I have a massive game console collection, one of every console ever made. Old Sega Dreamcast, hell yeah! Crazy Taxi was always fun, yeah. Sega Dreamcast, I had a buddy that had that. NFS series since GameCube was NFS 1 came out. Turbo Ty, what's up, brother? Named after my son. 13 people in here, 13 thumbs up. I appreciate that. Tiger Woods Golf, yes. And Gran Turismo, dude. Gran Turismo, when it came out, just modifying cars and stuff. Like, I mean, you guys gotta understand, my family TV for like my childhood was like a 28-inch Magnavox that I thought had a great picture. You know, my whole life, that's what was in our family room was this Magnavox. I loved going to Circuit City and stuff and seeing all the TVs and stereos and do the CD players and stuff. Like, I wish my kids would know that feeling. I do. I do. I really do. Because, man, those were some good ages to grow up in. Fun. PS2, heck yeah. Now, I'm not really good. Like, the only game two games I beat front to back, Crash Band. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. 4 games: Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, Crash Bandicoot, and Medal of Honor, World War II. Gran Turismo, I made some good progress in. Now my B day is just a reminder of being old. Yeah. Yep. I try to give my kids the best insight to the childhood I had because it was awesome, man. Like I went from floppy disks to PlayStation 3. From VHS to DVD. I remember just DVDs and stuff. On this adjustable wrench, I believe the price is actually like, I don't know, it's like 16, anywhere between $15 and $17. Um, it's really not bad. It has a good grip on it. Swing, swing. Pretty nice finish. But I don't know. I mean, it's a nice soft grip. Opens pretty wide. Not a bad finish on it, but we got opening is probably like an inch. I had my Atari was on a black and white TV. Actually, I like see like the goofy crap when I was young. I bought a little 5-inch black and white TV from Radio Shack, and then on the back you could put in, I forget what the 2 terminals are called, but you could plug in a little cable connector there, and then hook cable into that, and then I was watching cable TV in black and white. It's awesome. Simpsons, black and white. I remember that too, man. I grew up in the age, and this is the honest to God truth. If it was school year, I'd go to school. If it was summertime, my mom would wake me up at 8 a.m., tell me it's a beautiful day outside, go out and do something. Next time I was allowed inside was dinner time when my dad came home. So you just had to make it. Amos Cardoza, brother, what's up? Dude, I almost bought the Hercules miter saw. I did not, though. But I appreciate you. Amos Cardoza was one of the followers I had that I gave a Sunday shout out to because of all the support he put into the channel. Yeah, man. Hopefully make this more of a good occasion. I mean, these lives are doing well for me. Nick Menard, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Have a good day tomorrow. Have a great week. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. He should work at Menards. Just judging on name and stuff. Anytime, brother. Have a good night. I appreciate you joining us. Amos Cardoza, he's been around since I was probably under 50 subscribers as well. What does IGR mean? I don't know. Dude, Ty is the man on Instagram. He's like the what do they call that? Dollar store ABD. No, he's good though. I like his stuff. I raised in the 70s. See, we ain't too far. Well, we're a little far off, but I mean, a lot of people misconstrued that. And, I was born in the 80s, and they take stuff so weirdly. But, I mean, I grew up just drinking out of the hose, in the summer. You wake up, you get put outside, and when your parents get home or whatever for dinner, that's when you go back in. Even in the winter time, man. My mom would be like, "You used to love the cold. You'd stay out there for hours. It'd be minus 20." And I'm like, I had no fucking choice. You would send me out there. That's fine, I was all right with it. I probably just enjoyed it, to be honest with you, because I don't mind the cold. That is true, Antonio. Most of you guys have been here since the beginning. Neil, how's the fam, brother? Dude, family's awesome. Hope yours doing well also. I know you were having little ones same time around me. So hope that's doing good. Well, yeah, James, you definitely grew up a little different than me then. Late 60s. I gotta get back to work. My doo-doo break is over. I'll catch you all later. Later, Ty. Have a good one. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, family's good, man. Family is where it's at. That's why I do this YouTube thing. No, I do it because I enjoy talking to people and stuff. But mine are well. Good. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Um, the interaction on YouTube is just awesome. It really is. I enjoy talking to people. It's fun. Actually, I think Amos and Antonio and ABD I met over at VCG. And that's where I met a lot of guys. What was it? Tool Test Raw, which was great stuff. Loved it. A lot of fun, you know. Um, Denver Nuggets won it. I've got nothing against that. I wish George Carl was still coaching them, but I'm years behind. Yep, old VCG, TTR days. Yeah, that's how we all met, brother. And I still watch your stuff. I have a video out on my new miter saw, which I know Antonio saw, but I had a couple people suggest that in my comments, and sure enough, one of the videos reviewing it was VCG. And James Mall, dude, bro, I appreciate that, man. You don't have to do $20, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. Carlos, how's it going? Um, $20 holla. I'm sorry. I'm weird when people do that, but I appreciate that. No, and I'll just say I appreciate it. People don't have to do it. I don't ask for it, but thank you so much. I do appreciate that. It goes back into the channel and back to reviewing tools for you guys. So I really appreciate that. Same with Ollie Ma, who donated $2. I Everything counts, and it helps me out big time for sure. Did you look at 12-inch Harbor Freight or rigid? I did. So what it came down to was I one of the people I trust big time. All right, I'm good friends with. Said he would like 12-inch and then a 7 1/4. And in my head, that just meant you just gotta go with the 10-inch. So I was looking at 10 inches, and as far as I'm concerned, that skill is probably one of the best ones going out there. I do still have the Ryobi, and I think I will try to repair it some way, shape, or form. Whether I replace the parts and or just try to fix it the way it is. But I think that cordless option still. See, all right. So the one thing about the Ryobi cordless I have is it's a monster. It cuts well. It does well. It messed up somehow, and it could have been user error. But I mean, I went down pretty slow, cut slow, wasn't pushing through any of the material, and it jammed up. But it's a useful saw. It's 36 volt. It's accurate as heck. And I always complain because I always say the laser is off, but the fact of the matter is when you go and use that, and say you have your mark, the laser is always like a curve to the right, you know. So it's fairly accurate, but like you still want to bring your blade down, so it's not totally accurate. But that's where that all went, and that good stuff. DeWalt deal at Home Depot: 2 batteries, a charger, circ saw, and your choice of another bear. That's not bad. I appreciate James. I do. Thank you. That means a lot to me, man. It means hopefully I'm doing a good service for us maintenance guys here. I don't do a lot of woodwork, which is why I got the DeWalt 12-inch flex volt miter saw. Tool years of research for me to find what fit for me. I mean, you don't do a lot of woodwork, but you probably bought one of the best saws on the market because it's a flex volt. It's also a hybrid because you could plug it in. I mean, can't get any better than that, bro. 200 blade for me made more sense for more project options. I'm not taking it from one place to the next. Yeah. Hercules shadow line is really good. Same with the Skill 10-inch sliding miter saw. Shadow line is actually it's really good. In Amos, the biggest reason I went to go look at the Hercules is because of you. And the saw is great. The 12-inch saw, it's amazing. And it's pretty much like my favorite miter saws and stuff are DeWalt. And it's modeled exactly after that. So for everything, it is a great saw. For me, it was just 10-inch was good enough. That's what she said. But it truly was. But honestly, honest to God, the whole reason why I looked at the Hercules was because of you. Exactly. I got a 10-inch skill worm drive table saw, and it's nice switching blades for sure. 12-inch is great because you could stand up your 5.25, 5.5 inch trim. But like for the amount of trim I do, I could just lay it on its side and cut it. No big deal. Most impressive tool option that I've ever seen. Same reason I bought the Mataba HPT table saw. Had the biggest table and the portable package for small hybrid cord and battery. Nice. Skill and DeWalt have the same products. Skill's the cheap end of Shervon, right? Um, I actually had Pat CB told me he did not like his Metabo. Actually, he said Hitachi, which is Metabo. Table saw and miter saws. Miter saw, I guess. I like how many people join my live streams when I drink. Pat, you did say, I think you said, I don't know if it was Hitachi or the Mataba, but the miter saws you did not like the 10-inch version. I do believe, and I did take that. I took that into consideration. It is. It's totally choice and option and what's going to work for you best, for sure. Hitachi sliding 10-inch dual bevel, yeah. I haven't heard anything bad about the Cobalt sliding miter saw. No, I know Hitachi is now Metabo HPT. I think I don't know if Pat was implying that or not, but I was reading the reviews of the new Metabo HPT sliding miter saws. There's a couple of channels that talk about rigid compound sliding miter saws, but to me that seems like you can't have a compound sliding miter saw. Let me know in the chat though. I feel like you could have a compound miter saw or a sliding miter saw, but not a compound sliding miter saw. Seems kind of redundant. I don't know. Skill is Shervon. And Shervon, so skill is like the low end of Shervon. I still believe you can't beat the 10-inch DeWalt contract. Yes, I agree. I agree with that, Amos, for sure. I lived with the Ryobi cordless, and that thing was a tank for years. And I personally don't think I messed it up, but it messed up after 6 years, 7 years, probably 5 or 6 years. But the convenience of just portability is awesome. It's double compound sliding miter saw. I would say it's a double bevel, but I don't like a compound miter saw means it's compound. It does not slide. It's compound. A double bevel sliding miter saw, but I just personally have never heard of a compound sliding miter saw. I'm not saying I could be 1,000% wrong on that though, because I'm an idiot. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, brightest bulb on the Christmas tree. Bet. What do you think of those massive batteries Ryobi dropped today? Well, you got to enlighten me more because I don't know anything about them. Massive in size, massive in like does it make your ball sack bigger? Yeah, I was looking at the Cobalt 2. Mine is Hitachi right before the merger. All of my rigid 18-volt lifetime service agreement registered in my 16-year-old's name. I'll just let you know, good luck with that rigid lifetime warranty because they will fight you tooth and nail. I know personally. 120-volt miter saw's label is double bevel compound sliding miter saw. Lock in stationary or unlock for a slide. Interesting. I could get that. I get that. 12-inch locked stationary, good to go. 12 amp hour, dude, my balls just grew like a couple inches. Pretty good. I've never had a radial saw and never will because they're pointless. But Zaphael, I think, has like 3 of them. Dan posted them? Jesus. Gotta catch up on this stuff here. Zip, 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 zip. Search. We talking Audubon Dan or Dan McKevitz? So I'll go. I automatically assume Dan McKevitz, but I'm gonna go Audubon Dan. No, neither. I've got a radial saw for both hands. I figured you would, Zaphael. I mean, that's just the way you roll. Rigid warranty socks, they will do. Yes, exactly. That's the way I feel. I've had it happen, so I know that's how I feel. Especially on the batteries. So, them Ryobi 12 amp hour batteries are massively thick. Ryobi has the best style battery in the game. I'm just going to say that. Good luck mailing a 50-pound miter saw both ways for that service agreement. People coming in hot on that. Rail on size. Yeah, they're both goofy looking, like a brick. What do you think of all the portable stackable toolboxes? All right, so here's my honest opinion from a maintenance guy, handyman, all that. I had the rigid stackable stuff. It's awesome. It's cool. But in reality, like, you're not going to use it how it is because you never had, like, that's for like the ideal like, your Milwaukee pack out, right? Like you work in a factory or something like that. But if you're like on your own doing your own thing, I mean, I am more of like, I have tool. I don't have anything like that. I have like toolkits. So like I have something for like electrical, plumbing, this, that, and I grab it as I need it. I'm not a big fan of the whole Milwaukee stackable stuff. Buy a couple of good Vito Pro Pack stuff. Stack them up. Like as a maintenance guy, and this is just me. As a maintenance guy, like I have an electrician's type thing. I got a general tools type thing, and then you got a plumbing type thing. And then you got more in depth, and you got like, your plumbing fittings, your electrical wire nuts and connectors and stuff like that. I stay away from it. So I did buy into it and I never used it. And I sold it off. I kept like 2 cases of the rigid, but very rarely am I ever in a situation where I could just wheel stuff around. So there you go. That's my opinion. I gotta check out this Ryobi batteries. Most rigid warranty is done at independent shops. Takes forever. Yeah. I haven't had a rigid tool fail yet. I don't think You will. I mean, like, it's just like me with Ryobi. Like, I've had great luck with Ryobi. Um, and like, so my history is I went from Ryobi to Rigid to Milwaukee back to Ryobi because for F's sakes, it's all the same to me. Um, so I think you'll have good luck with Rigid. I like the tools a lot. They're fantastic. Um, I will say though, when you do try and warranty something out, it will be you might get it, you might not. That's all I'll say. Could be a little problematic, but you know, that's every tool company. Excuse me. Rigid is a great stackable, though. I do like it. I think it's the better value than Milwaukee and all that. I don't. I mean, it's bet like you're either gonna buy Milwaukee the Rigid, the Walt, Craftsman, Husky, all that. I would waste my money on that, just personally. Carlos, what are we? So I gotta go back up there. I appreciate you joining, brother. Um, must have missed something, but I have a ton of the Husky stackable boxes. I use them for hardware and electrical. They're not bad. There's nothing wrong with them. They have a lot of waterproof and all that stuff type. And it works. It works great, but I'll be right back and we'll have about 5 more minutes. All right. Boom. We're back. I appreciate you guys all joining me tonight. You know, we had a great showing. I think this Monday Night Live is what I'm going to keep up with. Pittsburgh for sure, man. I had to just unload. I have a lot of beers in me, so I did not get lost, but it's pretty straight, you know. Sometimes you're a little erect and it goes separate ways and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you guys. Not really though, if you're a guy. I agree with Antonio. Like, you have to think about the stackable stuff and how versatile it will be for yourself or what you're doing. It's not for everyone. It depends a lot on the vehicle you use. You know, can it hold it? It depends a lot on the everyday use of what you'll have from it. One thing I will say, Antonio, is I do worry about where the mechanics industry will be at in 5 years, because it's looking a little grim to me personally. Flex brand stackable box system is pretty dope though. I'm like, I do like the stack systems. I bought not heavily into rigid because I actually bought them, a lot of them on sale, and I had like 9 boxes stacked on each other. But I kept 3 of the like tool organizer like part ones, and I sold the rest of it because it just depends on what you're doing every day. So you put that pouch in like a real man. Where's your Copenhagen shortcut, brother? Dude, I have not had chewing tobacco in 2 years. I wish I have had it. But like when I had my first kid, I promised my wife I would quit, and then it took me like 7 years later. So I quit chewing tobacco. I do the Zen, and it's weird. Like I love just putting a lipper in, but it's better for me, and is a pretty easy switch. So Zen. You could buy them, 3. So here's the deal. I was chewing about 3-4 cans a day. Each tin of tobacco was 2 dips for me, like 2.5. So like have 2, and then have another can, have 2, and then put them together, have the 5th one. And so I go like through 4 cans a day. I was overdosing on nicotine, basically. I was doing 1,000 some whatever. This Zen, 3 milligrams of nicotine per pouch. I do it all day, every day, but it like what it adds up to is like 100 milligrams nicotine compared to like over 1,000. So it has helped me a lot. Yes, 4 cans. Roughly 4 cans. It was a lot of chewing tobacco, and I still miss it, but at least on Zen, it doesn't say it will cause cancer or anything. It just says it will be addictive. And I know it's not good for my bloodstream and blood vessels and all that. I do have a question for you guys though. So like, I have a lot of people now commenting on my videos that I sound like Woody Harrelson, and then they're like, say a famous line from him, and I'm like, it's Woody Harrelson. He doesn't have. He's a great actor, but like, I can't think of a famous line. I don't know if I sound like him or not. Sometimes I could see it, sometimes I don't. But yes, less spitting for sure. Actually, with Zen, you don't have to spit, but I do. I do spit it out. That's for sure. I do sound like Woody Harrelson, but like, uh, fair enough. I'll take it. Hi, Coach. That's not gonna sound like it though. Dude, White Man Can't Jump though. Him and Wesley Snipes. That was a great movie. I sound like Woody. So like, does he has a lisp though? And I think it's just because of my Zen. I have that lisp. But like, he also has like a southern twang. Like, I'm from Pittsburgh and that. Like, I speak Yinzers and that. You get down there, Permanny Burrs and that. Watch the Stillers. Do some wash during the game. Yes, Zombieland movies are awesome. Minus Kristen Stewart, because she just sucks at acting. But the other kid there, God, what's his name? I forget his name. Pittsburgh twang is a thing. Every stackable system base needs to be a giant drawer. I agree with that. That's a great observation. That's well said. It is 12:04 a.m. I'm gonna take off. I, I appreciate you guys all showing up tonight. Jesse Einsberg, that's right. A great showing on Monday night again. I think my streams will be Monday nights permanently. Um, my favorite Steeler. I can't name one, man. There's Mean Joe Green. It's a good one. A little bit before my time. I did grow up in the painful Cordell Stewart era, and put him with Kent Graham and stuff. But I think Monday nights are going to be my nights. I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate the conversations. We have a lot of good ones here, productive. Um, we have fun just talking about life and talking about other things, you know. James Mall and others that donated, I appreciate it. And again, I don't ask for it. I don't want you guys to feel obligated, but I truly, really do appreciate it because it helps the channel a lot. And I'm, you know, I'm not good at this stuff, but I'm very grateful for that, and I appreciate it. And I've said it from the beginning. I'll say it now. I don't expect anyone to donate if they want to. Absolutely. But my channel is on me, and I'll make things happen. But I do appreciate it because it does help out a lot. Fred's Tavern, Stone Harbor, New Jersey. There you go. But I appreciate all you guys. We had a fun night tonight. A lot of good people in here. Antonio, Zaphael, Amos, Carlos, James, many others. Junk from Work, ABD, Chemical Spore, Sue, Princess Jamie. List goes on and on and on and on and on. James, I'll eventually one day I'll take you up on that, brother. I will. Audubon Dan. I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining me tonight. And keep your eyes and ears out, and I'll keep pushing along and making content. See you guys later. Thank you for joining me. Catch you on the next one. Later.